Welcome back to Why It's Expensive, the show where I come right here, pick a lens I wish I owned but can't afford to, and figure out why it costs so bloody much. Today we're looking at Canon's king of 16 to 35s, the 16 to 35 f2.8L version 3. Now in episode 5 I did mention that this lens was cheap when compared against the 11 to 24, but today let's just completely forget about the 11 to 24 for a moment because $2,200 is still a heckload of money. For scale, this version 3's recommended retail price is a whole $500 more than that of the version 2, which mind you was already a pretty expensive lens back in the days, and it's also just about double the price of its f4 variant, which I should add performs pretty much as good as the 2.8 version 3, plus the f4 variant has IS. So what are we paying $2,200 for in the version 3? Well, basically, corner-to-corner sharpness and f2.8. Is that it? In my opinion, yes, that is it. Because when you consider the advantages of this against the other 16 to 35s, its main advantage over the version 2 was its resolution, and its main advantage over the f4 variants was that one-stop brighter maximum aperture. So about its resolution, the version 3 has excellent sharpness not only in the center of the frame but also in the corners of the frame, which is pretty important for a wide-angle lens. Now the corner sharpness might be a little tough to perceive because vignetting is quite severe on this lens when it's wide open, but that corner sharpness is the main reason why you would want to upgrade to the version 3 from the version 2, which had really very disappointing corner sharpness, which you can see for yourself in this side-by-side comparison. There's really quite a difference. Even when stopped down, the version 3 is still miles ahead of the version 2. Now about the f2.8 aperture. Compared to the 16 to 35 f4, that is a one-stop brighter maximum aperture, which is double the amount of light and coincidentally, double the price. But the f4 is an optically excellent lens. Its corner-to-corner sharpness is in every way in the same ballpark and definitely comparable than that of the twice as expensive 2.8 version 3. The main difference between these two would be, as mentioned, the f2.8 maximum aperture and also the lack of IS in the more expensive 2.8 version. So given how good of a performer the f4 is and how much it has to offer, it's really quite a big premium to pay for an f2.8 aperture. Now don't get me wrong, the f2.8 version 3 is still an excellent lens, it's a very high quality lens, it's the flagship 16 to 35, but I just think this time around they priced it a bit too high. I'm quite certain that the price point of this lens has put off many photographers who would potentially want to upgrade to this lens because it does really pose the question whether or not it's worth the extra money. I mean, of course, it has everything you would expect from an L lens coming in at a price like this. Excellent build, excellent image quality. Canon also claims this to have excellent weather sealing. It also has a premium fluorine coating on both the front and rear elements that resist dust and dirt. What I'm trying to say is that it is an expensive but all-around extremely capable workhorse. So let me know in this poll here whether or not you agree with me and think that this lens is actually quite a bit overpriced, or do you actually think that this lens is worth every penny and is just priced out of reach for the most of us? And as usual, if you'd like to have a go at Canon's finest 16 to 35 for yourself, you can do so right here at Lens Library. They do welcome absolutely everyone to just swing by and try out their gear. This place is in Malaysia, so if you ever plan on visiting, I'll leave some info down below on how to get here. Also, feel free to shout out any piece of gear that you would like to see in an upcoming episode of Why It's Expensive. So that is pretty much it for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.